Hey there moviegoers, welcome to another episode of the Master Reviews. I'm your host as always, El Movie Master, and today we're going to be discussing a James Bond film starring Daniel Craig, and that's Casino Royale. To me, one of the best Bond movies in the franchise. We're going to be discussing the movie, the general consensus, and my opinion. But before we get into the film, let's watch a short trailer.
I have to know I can trust you.
So you want me to be half monk, half hitman?
I knew it was too early to promote you. It doesn't bother you killing those people?
Well, I wouldn't be very good at my job if it did.
Okay, we're back. This is the 21st James Bond film in the franchise, but the first film to actually give an origin story to James Bond. This film starts all from the start, a la fresh, a la new. So we're ignoring all the previous Bond films, but it's still part of the franchise. This movie, as an origin story, it gives a view of Bond completely different from before. It gives us a James Bond that's less experienced, a little bit hard-headed, but still very, very lethal. So it may sound like a bad thing to have James Bond not as experienced as before, but it works so well, thanks to the performance of Daniel Craig and the directing of Martin Campbell. In Casino Royale, James Bond is given his first mission as a 00 agent. He is to track down a man known as Le Chiffre, who is a world's terrorist banker malversing funds. Bond's assignment, among stopping Le Chiffre, is to play a high-stakes poker game in Casino Royale. The general consensus on Casino Royale is extremely positive. Most people like it, and they even go as far as calling it the best Bond movie ever. I wouldn't give it that title. I think it's one of the better Bond movies, but it's not the best Bond movie. The best Bond movie has to be From Russia with Love or Goldfinger, but not Casino Royale. Casino Royale is very good, don't get me wrong, it's a very good Bond movie, but it's a Bond movie where we're given Bond not being Bond yet. He's still learning to be the suave character. He's more of a lethal assassin in this movie, which is a good thing, it's not a bad thing, it's a very good thing, but it's still not a Bond formula film. It's still discovering itself. It's an origin story, kind of like Batman Begins. In Batman Begins, Batman's still not completely Batman until The Dark Knight. So in Casino Royale, you have that kind of formula. As we're discussing Casino Royale, I have to say that Craig is the best thing that's happened to the James Bond franchise. I think he's the second best actor to portray James Bond. Number one will always be Sean Connery. I'm old school like that. He was the first Bond actor I saw in a Bond movie, Sean Connery. So Daniel Craig, I'm going to put him as number two. Number three would probably be Pierce Brosnan. Number four will be Timothy Dalton. 5, George Lazenby. And number 6, Roger Moore. But Daniel Craig has done a good job portraying James Bond. He may not have the suaveness of Sean Connery or the charisma of Roger Moore or the, he's not perfect, but he gives a very good interpretation of James Bond that's closer to the Ian Fleming material. I highly recommend Casino Royale. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's one of the best Bond movies. It's not the best one, but it's one of the better Bond movies. And this thing is that you get an origin story. You don't have to watch all the other Bond movies. If you want to start fresh, just watch Casino Royale. As I said, I highly recommend Casino Royale if you haven't seen it. It's one of the better Bond movies. My only complaint for Casino Royale is that Craig doesn't have enough suaveness as the other actors, but it's a good Bond movie regardless of that. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining me as always. Next review is going to be Quantum of Solace, the continuation to Casino Royale. It's the first Bond movie that acts as a sequel. All other Bond movies have never been sequels, they've always been independent stories. So we're going to be reviewing that one in the next episode here in the Master Reviews with me, El Movie Master. So that's all for today. Take care and see you next time.